Long ago, in a peaceful kingdom surrounded by green forests and rolling hills, there stood a beautiful castle that sparkled in the golden morning sun. The kingdom was happy and calm. Birds sang in the gardens, fountains shimmered in the courtyards, and laughter often echoed through the castle halls. Inside the castle lived a kind king and his daughters. Among them, the youngest princess was known for her gentle heart and warm smile. She loved flowers, butterflies, and quiet walks in nature. One bright afternoon, the princess decided to walk into the forest near the castle. The trees were tall and old, and sunlight streamed softly through their leaves. The air smelled fresh, and tiny butterflies floated around her as she walked. In her hands, she carried her favorite treasure, a small golden ball that shone beautifully in the light. As she wandered deeper into the forest, she discovered something hidden among mossy stones and tall trees. It was an old stone well. The well was round and ancient, built from smooth gray rocks. A wooden roof rested above it, and a rope with a small bucket hung gently down into the deep water below. The princess smiled and began to play beside the well. She tossed her golden ball into the air and caught it again and again, laughing softly. But suddenly, the golden ball slipped from her fingers. It bounced once on the stone edge, and then fell straight down into the deep well. There was a small splash. And then silence. The princess rushed to the edge and looked down. The well was dark and very deep. She could not see her golden ball anywhere. Her smile faded. She sat beside the well and began to cry. "Oh no, my golden ball, it's gone forever," she whispered. As her tears fell, something strange happened. The water inside the well began to ripple. Slowly, gently, a small green frog appeared, climbing up from the deep water. The frog blinked his bright eyes and looked at the princess. "Why are you sad, princess?" he asked kindly. The princess wiped her tears and said, "My golden ball fell into the well. I cannot reach it. It is my favorite treasure." The frog thought for a moment. "I can help you," he said softly. "But you must promise to be my friend." The princess was surprised. A frog as a friend?
But she missed her golden ball very much. "Yes," she said quickly, "I promise." The frog nodded and leapt back into the deep well. For a moment there was only silence. Then, splash, the frog returned, holding the shining golden ball carefully in his mouth. He placed it gently on the stone edge beside her. The princess gasped with joy. "Oh, thank you," she cried happily, hugging her golden ball close. She was so excited that she ran back toward the castle without thinking about her promise. The frog watched her leave quietly. That evening, as the sun set and warm lights glowed inside the castle, the princess sat at dinner with her family. Suddenly, knock, knock, there was a gentle tapping at the castle door. The servants opened it, and there stood the small green frog. "I am here," the frog said calmly. "The princess promised to be my friend." The princess looked down, embarrassed. The king, wise and kind, said gently, "A promise must always be kept." So the frog was welcomed inside. He behaved politely and calmly. He did not cause trouble. He spoke kindly and showed respect. Later that night, the princess walked to her room. The castle grew quiet. Moonlight streamed softly through the windows. The frog rested on a pillow near her bed. Everything was calm. And then, a soft golden light began to glow around the frog. Sparkles filled the air. The light grew brighter and warmer. The princess watched in amazement. Slowly, the frog began to change. The small green frog transformed into a handsome young prince with kind eyes and a gentle smile. The princess stepped back in surprise. "I was placed under a magical spell," the prince explained softly. Only kindness and a true promise could break it. The princess realized her mistake. She had almost forgotten her promise, but in the end, she had kept it. The next morning, the castle was filled with happiness and celebration. The prince thanked the princess and her father, the king. Over time, the prince and princess became close friends. They walked together through the castle gardens, talking and laughing beneath the evening sky. They learned that kindness is powerful. They learned that promises matter. And most of all, they learned that even the smallest act of goodness can create great magic. The kingdom remained peaceful and joyful. And from that day forward, the prince and princess lived with warmth, wisdom, and happiness, and they lived happily ever after.